Good morning, Dublin. This is your host here, Jack Ducker, and we're going to have a very special guest today, Stephen Dedalus, talking about his new movie that recaps his whole life. Incredible. Let's have him come on in. Looks like they're throwing peas in there. Give it here, buddy.
Man.
Great to have you. Great to have you.
Great to be here.
So, tell me a little bit something about your movie.
Well, we go into a lot of depth about beauty and how it is interpreted throughout my life.
Nice. Great. Tell me more.
Anyways, beauty expressed by the artist cannot awaken in us an emotion which is kinetic or sensation which is purely physical. It awakens or ought to awaken or induces or ought to induce an aesthetic stasis, an ideal pity or an ideal terror. A stasis called forth, prolonged, and at last dissolved, but what I call the rhythm of beauty.
Alright, let me stop you. That's terribly boring. Can you, how about the artistic value? I've heard it's very artistic.
That was the first definition I gave you, you sleepy-headed wretch. Anyways, art is the human disposition of sensible or intelligible matter for an aesthetic end. Beauty is beheld by the imagination, which is appeased by the most satisfying relations of the sensible. The first step in the direction of truth is to understand the frame and scope of the intellect itself, to comprehend the act itself of intellection.
Great stuff, great. I'm going to take a minute here, thank our sponsors, Guinness Beer, great beer, love it, drink it every day, every morning, night, lunch, anytime. And do you have more, Stephen?
Yeah. Yes, I do. As you said, some critics have called this movie a terror.
Yes,
And
I read that, nice.
Yes. Anyways, in my opinion, terror is the feelings which arrest the mind in the presence of whatsoever is grave and constant in human sufferings, and unites it with the secret cause.
Interesting.
And I got a little story for you.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Greatest show in Dublin. Wow.
A girl got into a hansom a few days ago in London. She was on her way to meet her mother, whom she had not seen in many years. At the corner of a street, the shaft of a lorry shivered the window of the hansom in the shape of a star. A long, fine needle of the shivered glass pierced her heart.
Oh!
She died! She died!
Oh!
On the instant. The reporter called it a tragic death. It is not. It is remote from terror and pity according to the terms of my definitions. The tragic emotion, in fact, is a face looking two ways.
Interesting, great stuff. Do you have any more, or do you want to cut to the trailer?
I have some stuff to talk about my movie, actually.
Oh wow, so just give a little summary for the viewers.
Absolutely. In my movie, it basically takes throughout my entire life.
Yes,
From
yes.
me falling in,
Wow!
Yes. Almost killed me. At Clongos, when I was a young boy, to my final journal entries, where I was courting the love of my life, Emma Cleary. Very sad instance, in my opinion. Anyways, Clongos was a good time for me. I was not considered rich, and Clongos was for the rich.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
My father demanded a lot, and he felt that as if to group myself with the right group of kids was more important than to achieve high grades and to make a lot of money. Throughout my life, my father kind of led me in the wrong direction. He was a bit... personally, I was disappointed with him later in my life, especially in Dublin. Anyways, I had some rough stints in my life. For example, at 16, doing some bad things with some prostitutes. I don't want to go too in-depth about that.
Yes, I heard that. Very, very naughty boy, weren't you? But,
a little bit.
But I know that throughout your life you learned a lot. You've experienced a lot of things, and that really developed your philosophies. Can you explain some of those experiences?
Right. Well, certain things, like once I had an epiphany while running toward the beach in Dublin, where I saw an angel. I believe an angel.
An angel, wow.
A woman, actually. And it kind of, in a way, it glorified women. Before, when I was doing my thing with prostitutes, which was bad business, I looked at women as lustful figures, only for my own pleasure. And finally, when I saw the image of that angel, I knew that women were to be glorified. For example, Emma. She, in my mind, was not meant to be lusted for. She was a symbol for me. Something for me to be proud of. Something for me to glorify throughout my life.
And that's the start of your philosophy, is how you really got going and
Absolutely.
how it changed your life, I know.
Absolutely. Epiphanies found me throughout my life. From Clongowes, like I said, to Dublin with my friends such as Cranley, Lynch, the drunkard, Davin, the old country boy, and my father. That was previous to university studies, and I overall had a great experience chronicling my life and making this film.
Well, yes, seems like a great film. Great life. I've done nothing like that. I'm just a little TV host in Dublin.
That is true.
But
Jack Ducker.
Jack Ducker is my name. We're gonna go to the theatrical preview of this, and let's take a look, shall we?
April 6th. Certainly she remembers the past. Lynch says all women do. Then she remembers the time of her childhood. And mine, if I was ever a child. The past is consumed in the present, and the present is living only because it brings forth the future.
Just a peasant boy, Davin. And know nothing from the countryside.
Is it really how you feel about me, Stephen?
You and the university chums are simply playground material for my mind. I'm just better than you. I finally realized my intellectual potential. I am just so much better than you and my fellow peers here at university.
That's a load of baloney, Stephen.
You know, Lynch, Ireland is like the sow who eats her farrow.
Well, blimey, what's that supposed to mean?
It simply has restricted me my entire life. My family has restricted me my entire life. They try to create their own moral beliefs, and I simply cannot follow them. It disables me from creating my own identity. I must get out of Ireland. I have to leave, Lynch.
That's bloody sad.
I understand what you're saying, Stevie. You need to get out of Ireland.
Aristotle has not defined pity and terror. I have.